minutes. Hi.
You're good.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to have you here. This is so exciting. We are going to have the most amazing time together. And thank you, Susie, for holding everything down for me. I've got you guys everywhere. So if I look over here, I'm looking at I'm looking at the screen and the chats. But today we're going to talk about the most important transits coming up for you in the month of April and in a little bit in May. But you guys, something really big is happening right now, and I don't want you to miss it. And so I don't do transit videos too often, but this time it is so important. So I want you to get out your charts. I want you to get out your pen and paper. I have tons of notes for you guys. And I'm going to show you my screen. Then what we're going to do after this is I'm going to show you how this is affecting Johnny Depp. And I'm going to show you his chart, and I'm going to use him as an example. And then this is really a Q&A. So if you wouldn't mind, save your questions a little bit. And if you would respectfully just ask a question, something that you really want to know. I'm not doing readings, so I'm not really doing personal readings. Like, is my boyfriend going to call me? Or is my boyfriend going to come back to me? I'm not doing that. What you should do for that is you should attend Susie's live tarot readings on Friday nights at 4:30 for more specific answers to your questions that way. But if you have an astrological question, I want to use this forum for that. So I think this live is going to be really fascinating. We're going to talk about these transits that are really shifting us into a new direction, and they're massive. So we're going to talk about the eclipses, and we're going to talk about I want to show you how they show up in Johnny's chart. Then if you guys want, and put in the comments right now if you would, or if you are watching this on replay, please put it in the comments on underneath the video if you want me to do an Amber Heard and Johnny Depp synastry, because it's pretty fascinating. I'm not going to do Amber's chart today because she doesn't deserve it, in my humble opinion. Okay. So, hi, everyone. Hi, it's so wonderful to see you. Oh, good. We have a ton of people here. It's wonderful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. From the UK, you guys are everywhere. I'm going to be using the Placidus, but I can use any house system you want. I just did a reading for a wonderful soul named Karen, and she wanted me to do whole house. And if that's what you prefer, that's what I can do. So you can, if you have a preference on a house system other than Vedic, I can work in any house system. I personally find Placidus to work really, really well. From Morocco, my Aquarius next door. How fun. Waco, Texas. Melissa's just down the street in Olympia, Washington. Utah. Yeah, tell me where you're from. Germany. Peru. Oh my God, I love it. This just feeds my Sagittarius soul. Jasmine Penny, your answer is yes. It's as easy as that. If my vertex is in my partner's sign and his vertex is in mine, is it a huge thing? That's a soulmate connection. By the way, are you guys all coming to my soulmate masterclass? It's going to be amazing. And the link is in the notes section. And please come. I still have space available. It's on June 4th. If you buy a ticket, you get the link and you can watch at your own pace. But I'm going to give you my top 10 techniques on how to find out if you're with your soulmate, or if you don't have one, who your soulmates are. And we don't just have one, we have numerous. So come to my Soulmate Masterclass. And if you guys didn't see my Advanced Astrology Masterclass, where I teach you how to read the chart in a way that will literally blow your mind, like nobody is teaching, and I don't know why. I show you the underbelly of your chart. You cannot just look at your planets, your signs, and your houses and know yourself. You have to see the undercurrent, and I teach you, I show you how to how to how to see your rulers and your dispositors in a brand new way. It's literally like unlocking the key to your soul. So if you want that class, it is for sale. I did that a couple weeks ago. I hope you guys attended. We had 100 people there. It was wonderful, but it is available to you at a nominal price, because I want everybody to be able to learn astrology. All you have to do is go to soulnavigation.com and click on the Learn Astrology tab, and you can buy that class. It will blow your mind. You get to keep it forever. So okay, let's look at this. I'm going to answer your questions. And if you guys want to super chat me, I'd be grateful. And your question will come across my screen. But first, let me tell you guys about you before we go into Johnny and Amber, because I got a lot of opinions about it. I've watched the entire trial kind of in replay at night. So, okay. So okay, this is just a really good question. I'll just answer. If you're a super supporter, can you watch the class? If you're a super supporter, you get to come to my classes for a really big discount for like $19. If you're a superstar, super supporter, you get them free, and you get them free forever. If you are a super supporter and you did not attend my class, then you just buy the class at the value of $29, I think I have it listed for. Okay, let's talk about this. We're going to talk about the most important transits, and I'm going to try to share my screen. So hold on. Here we go. I'm going to try to share my screen. Let's see. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. Can you see my screen? Hold on. Okay, good. You can see it. It's a little bit blurry, but this is April 30th, and this is the new moon that's coming up. But what I want you guys to know is on April 29th, okay? So hold on. Hold on. What do I want to do right here? I want to do this. Be patient with me. Right here on April 29th, right here. I want you guys to look at Pluto. Now, Pluto in Capricorn, right there. Pluto in Capricorn at 28 degrees. If you guys all have your chart, I want to know if you have any planets at the 28th degree. But I especially want to know if you have planets in Cancer, in Aries, or in Libra at 28 degrees, or 27 or 29. Okay. You can't go too far from Pluto. We don't do we don't do an orb at, at 10 degrees. So we only do it like 1 or 2 degrees because Pluto is so far away. So I'm telling you, if you're Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, or Aries is at 27, 28, or 29, this is a bullseye for you. And this is so massively, massively important, because this is making a direct contact into your soul. Now, I have a planet there, and I have a fragile planet there. And so I know that I am in a time that can have a real emotional transformational breakthrough. And I also know, and so do you, if you've got Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, or Libra at the 27th, 28th, or 29th degree, that excuse me, this is a time in your life where you're really being asked to lose something to gain something. And it's going to be really uncomfortable. So I want you guys I want you guys to think about what planet Pluto is interacting with, because what is happening? Well, you can see right here on the 30th, it's going retrograde. Now, what's happening on this day, the 29th, is it's slamming on its brakes. And when it slams on its brakes to go retrograde, it creates a giant jolt in your life. And now it's going to go retrograde right there. And it is grinding to a halt. And what I want to say is that this is going to stay in retrograde until June. Now, it's going to stay retrograde until about the last week of June. Let me just see something. Here it is, retrograde. Well, it's July actually. And let's see when it wakes up. Oh, maybe it's the last week of July. Now, what's very, very interesting, oh, I know what I want to say about this, is that when it stations, the stationary effect stays intact through June. And it goes inward. And when Pluto goes inward, it's when you have deep internal crisis in order to transform you. So you're going to feel the effect of this stationary of Pluto going, we call it stationing. Um, you're going to feel the effect till late June, but it's in retrograde. And so instead of seeing the outward transformation in the world, it's really going to affect you deeply and psychologically. So if you've got your Mars interacting with this, for example, well, there's going to be a transformation around your energy, around your own personal power. If you've got this around your moon, well, this is going to be emotional transformation or transformation with your mother. If you've got this interacting with your Saturn, this could be a transformation around being a father or being your own authority. If you've got this in relationship to your rising sign, this is yourself transforming in the deepest, most possible ways. So if you have a planet at the 28th degree in Virgo or Taurus, then this is still very transformative regarding the subject of the planet and the house that it's in, but it comes through an avenue that feels more like an assistance to you and less like a grind. So if you do have your 27, 28, or 29 degrees in Cancer, Aries, or Libra, what I want you to do is be very forgiving with yourself and be very gentle with yourself. I want you to care about yourself and I want you to move slowly through the lessons that pop up. I don't want you to pop off. It's time to do the work. Now, this is what I also want to say. This is a time when all of us, even if you don't have one of those planets in the cardinal signs at 27, 28, or 29, collectively you're going to see a power play. Collectively, you're going to, and we are seeing it. Collectively, you're going to see the psychological and emotional effects on the psyche at large. So the psyche of the world is being played with, it's being interacted with. So now it's not just seeing the bombs going off, so to say. Now we are being asked to reflect on what we have or have not done. And it's going to affect the psychology of us. And this is a time where this is a very karmic time where we will start the evaluation process. Let me see what you guys are saying. How is this positive? This is positive because transformation is liberating. If I was operating as a 55-year-old woman with no transformation in my life and I stayed perpetually 12 years old, who would I be in the world? I would be probably insecure and shy. I probably wouldn't have had any of my gifts developed, my ability to communicate, my depth of thought, my worldly vision. I would have had very little travel inside of me. I wouldn't have understood other cultures, other races, right? I would have been so limited. So this is a great liberation of self. So where do you need to step into your power? Where do you need to psychologically understand yourself at a deeper level so you can level up? Now, let's switch to the 30th really quickly, okay? The 30th is so powerful. I don't want you guys to miss this. This is, I have chills telling you this, and this is the chart. So what I want to say about this is, and I'm sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied because it's so powerful. I can't put the words to the importance of this. And that's why I'm doing this live. So you can see that the new moon is in Taurus, yippee yahoo. And if you have anything, hold on right here. I think I have it right here. Yeah, it's in right here. So I put this in Seattle, Washington, and it might be, it's at 1:30 p.m. in Pacific time. But if you have anything at 10 degrees Taurus, which I also have something there. So I know I'm having a really big year. And I know that I'm supposed to transform. This isn't about me. I'm just saying when you have a lot of activity going on in your chart, you know that spirit is trying to get you to wake up. So if you have this in addition to the Pluto at 28 degrees Capricorn, you know that it's a big year for you. And I think you guys have all watched YouTube where we're in eclipse season. But hold on. This new moon is so powerful and so big. It is so giant. It is it's on steroids. It is an eclipse. You can see that it is close to the north node, and that's what makes it an eclipse. When the new moon is near the north node or the south node, um, that creates the eclipse. So I want you to look at where 10 degrees is in 10 degrees Taurus is in your chart. I also want you to look at where 10 degrees Scorpio is in your chart, because that's the axis that this brand new beginning is happening. So we have Pluto stationing, which is power, and it's deeply internal. And then we've got this aspect, which is building a new destiny. Why is it building a new destiny? Because it's sitting on the fated nodes. If you guys have not seen my nodes videos, click the live tab after this and go watch my whole playlist on the nodes. They're all lives. And they're long because the nodes are complicated and complex. But I really want you to study the nodes. And evolutionary astrologers really work with the nodes. They believe the nodes are the portals to your incarnations, past life and next life. So right now on April 30th, and this is what I don't want you to miss, and I'm going to show you Johnny's chart with this. You're being asked to build a new destiny. You're being asked to level up. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a way that's a little bit different, but this new moon wants to give you more self-confidence, more self-worth, more money, more resources, a new relationship with food, a new relationships with self-worth, building your confidence, building yourself. And it also wants to give you a deep transformation that that's going to grow your sense of who am I and who am I being in the world and who do I want to become. Scorpio will transform you, and you can see that the nodal axis is Taurus and Scorpio, and this Scorpio south node is in the play. It's a player with Uranus and the moon and the sun. So even though it's wide, it still is an eclipse. It's an eclipse by the north node and the south node. So they are players. Even though it's 13 degrees away, it's still a player. Now, what I want you to think about is this. One of the biggest things that makes this new moon so radical is, yes, that it's on the nodal axis, but you can see that it's playing with Uranus. And if you guys watched my top 10 hardest aspects video part 1, video part 2, and video part 3, because I think there's 30 hard aspects. When Uranus touches the moon or Uranus is interacting with the moon, it's hard. It's not simple. It's like eating a a pine cone for dinner. It's uncomfortable. It's radical, and it is like pinball. Ding, 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 ding. You don't know which way it's going to go. You can't manage it, and you can't really control it. Now, if you were just to say, "Oh, we're having a beautiful and tranquil new moon in Taurus. I think I'm going to take a hike in the beautiful, enchanted forest." Great, that's wonderful. That fits. But if you're only doing sun sign astrology, you miss the boat completely. You got to look at the whole entire chart. So with Uranus in the mix, what is it asking you? It's asking you to be imaginary. It's asking you to level up. I'm going to stop sharing, but I want you guys to find where 10 degrees Taurus is. And I hold on. Here we are. So I want you guys to find where 10 degrees Taurus is. I want to come back to you. So what I want to say to you is, this is so important that you get this, okay? The most powerful tool you have inside of yourself is one thing and one thing only. And some people might say it's love. Some people might say it's self-esteem. Some people might say it's money. Well, what it really is to access anything, okay, is your imagination. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I want you to look around your room right now, wherever you're at. And I want you to you can put it in the comments just so I can see. I want you to tell me what you see. A lamp, a desk, a computer. What do you see? A stove, a chair. Now, we live in such a concrete material world that this is the power of Scorpio. Scorpio, hold on. This is the power of Taurus and Scorpio. My bed, art, a salt lamp. Okay, good. You guys got this. Taurus sees the lamp, sees the desk, sees the function of the coffee cup. Taurus is grateful. A room divider, a pine cone. Dan. Hi, Uncle Dan. 3 lamps on my desk, a chair. You guys got it. A painting I bought yesterday. That's beautiful. A room divider, plants, roses, love, warmth, my dog, my kids, things. Okay, listen to this. Why is imagination the most powerful thing? Well, Taurus has gratitude for this cup. Scorpio, South Node, Scorpio understands that it took somebody's imagination long ago to make this cup. It took somebody's imagination to make this iPhone. You wouldn't have your salt lamp without somebody's original idea and imagination. If you have imagination, you have everything. You have 2 things. You have an open mind and you have an open heart. You cannot have imagination without an open heart. You can't. You just stay stuck in your routine. And Scorpio lives in the depth, in what is underneath or inside this coffee cup. Taurus lives inside of, this is a nice coffee cup and it's comfortable to hold and it keeps my coffee warm and I'm grateful for this coffee cup. So we're on this axis where you're being asked to, and we're going to be here till July 2023 with the nodes, but this new moon is interacting with these nodes and Uranus. Now hold on, I'm getting there. Taurus new moon opposing the south node in Scorpio is asking you to look inside to your intuition and your imagination, to open up your heart. What is Uranus doing? Uranus is asking you to level up, to be better, to come from the higher mind. What is the higher mind? Your imagination. To, Uranus is inventive. So what are you doing? And I have chills. You're inventing the new you right now. Now, it's not just you're reinventing your body and, I'm going to go for a run and lose weight. No, you're reinventing the Scorpio part of you too, which is your subconscious, it's your insides, and it's your intuition, it's your psyche, it is your paradigm. This is a paradigm shift, not only in the world, but inside you too. And so when you have Uranus there, the high side is this is the time to be massively, massively innovative in your life. So if you guys have not watched my new moon video, it's called Do This on Every New Moon. Please, please, dear God, go watch that video. I teach you, hold on, I have to show you something. Look at my gorgeous new stone. I got this. And this is what I make my necklaces out of. Oh my gosh, my necklaces are over there. I can't get them. But this Dawn Wonder makes, this is this blue ore quartz crystal. And I make my necklaces. If you guys want a miracle necklace, we have this back in stock. But I bought this as a stone too, so I could hold it. Well, I use this for my new moon ritual. This is the blue ore quartz crystal. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, it is just so gorgeous. So I teach you how to manifest on the new moon. But what do I want you to manifest? I want you to level up. I want you to shift your paradigm. I want you to see yourself differently. I want you to innovate your life and yourself. Now, I want you to be in your if you could imagine yourself any way with no limitations, who would you become? That's what this solar eclipse is bringing you, because Uranus is there. Now it's going to massively mess with you too. It is going to massively mess with you because it's Uranus. So it's going to go ding, 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 ding. And you're going to feel like you're probably losing before you win, but you have to lose to win on this new moon. Why? Because Pluto stationing takes things away. It rips them away from you. And Uranus makes things crazy. It makes them unpredictable. So don't get scared. If you manifest your new self, or your new world, or you level up and you lose something in the process, and then you're like, Meredith, what the heck is going on? It's because you have to shed something away. You have to exfoliate the skin to get new, beautiful skin. Yeah, you have to shed something to get something. Now, I want to tell you, what can you level up on? I want you to level up on your money. I want you to level up on your investments. I want you to level up on people investing in your business. Go out and ask right now. Go out and ask people to invest in you. Would you invest in me? I would love it if you would invest in me, if you would support my channel and support my team members. And when I say invest, I just mean love, sprinkle some love. Invest by making a comment, invest by liking, invest by sharing. That's all, so do that in your life. Ask people to invest in you. Ask for what you need to help you level up. I couldn't do these lives without Susie. So I've asked Susie, will you invest in me and be there for me? And she's like, absolutely. She wakes up early, teaches me how to push all the buttons. So sweet, right? Ask for what you need right now. You'll find that the help is probably there, especially people who like you and believe in you. That's one thing. The second thing is I want you to imagine what you want. Here's my question for you. Answer my question. Does money grow on trees? Do you believe money grows on trees? Can you walk outside and see a money tree? Does money grow on trees? I'm looking at your comments. No, no. Juan says, yes, it does. Cyrus says, no. Odette says, yes, and in the ground. Mr. Mondo says, I wish. Tessa's got it. Tessa has got it. She says, but it can grow and develop by thought. Tessa, where are you from? Tell me. Dan says, if you work hard, yeah. Raymond has got it. Marijuana does grow and it makes money. Listen to this. Yes, money does grow on trees. Have you ever seen an orange orchard? Have you ever seen olive trees? Have you, as Raymond said, have you ever seen, marijuana farm? Have you ever seen avocados? You could even say artichokes. It's a ton of money, Lemon trees, grapefruit trees. You guys, money grows on trees. Listen to me. That's what I want you to do. Have a paradigm shift, have a perspective shift right now. That's Uranus. Uranus sees things differently. You have to level up right now. So I want you to see the imagination that it took to make this highlighter. Who made this highlighter? Like who created this? This was ingenious, wasn't it? Who is this person? So I want you right now not to use a highlighter, not to use eyeglass cleaner without thinking about and having gratitude for the person who invented it, because that person is your role model right now. That person is Uranus. That's what Uranus does. And Uranus is in everybody's chart highly active right now. It's massive. It's so big. I want you to see the money on the trees. I don't want you, now that you've seen this video, every single time you see a tree, I want you to see money. Do you know, I live in Seattle, Washington. I have this client. She was so poor. She owned her own house. She couldn't feed her own horses. She was so sad. She called me crying. Her reading was, I have chills. Her reading was, I have 6 gorgeous trees. They've been appraised at $600 each in my yard. Now, they're just like certain kind of trees that you can replant. I don't know. They're probably evergreen Christmas trees. She said, should I cut them down and should I give them away? Because I could make like $4,000 and I could feed my horses. So when you see trees, cactuses, palm trees, those have a value. Those are worth money. I give you this as an example for you to have a paradigm shift. I want you to think like this. I want you to think differently. And if you can't think differently on your own because you're all by yourself in a round room with no windows and no people to talk to, come learn astrology with me, because you will never, if you take my master class, you will never, ever see astrology the same way. And if you're a super supporter and you're watching my behind the scenes videos where I teach you about golden linkages and how to read your chart and progressions and all that, you won't see you won't see yourself the same way. So if you really want to get into the psyche of you, study astrology. And study astrology from people who are not doing stereotypical superficial astrology, like this is a coffee cup, like you're a Taurus, you're methodical. No, if you took my master class, we did Taurus energy with George Clooney, and he's a friggin' genius. He is not a regular Taurus. Why? For 1,000 reasons, and I show you his chart. I'll show you Johnny's, and I want you guys to tell me, do you want me to do a whole live on Johnny and Amber? Because I will. And Johnny's chart is fascinating. I'm going to show you. So I want you guys to have, I want you guys to really work with the new moon on the 30th. I want you to innovate your life. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to level up and I want you to see currency, money, and food differently. I don't care how it is, just level it up. If you're eating anything out of a box, maybe you quit doing that. Things that come in boxes are not that great for you. Maybe you want to change that out. Maybe you've always wanted to try eating more vegetables. Well, this is the time to do that. Maybe you want to grow. Maybe you want to grow your own garden. You know, I for Christmas I got an indoor herb garden. It is so exciting. It's changed all my cooking. Sometimes I post the food that I make. I love cooking. I'm a pretty good cook. And and my husband's just like, we're never going to a restaurant again. Why? We have you. He's so cute. Anyways, I want you guys to innovate also the technology in your life. Please, will you do that? Put a comment. I want to know because most of you, I mean, most of you are younger than me, but I want to know how you're going to innovate technology in your life. What are you going to do differently? What are you going to automate? What new program do you want to learn? What new computer do you want? Do you want to get smart TVs? Do you want to get for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the radiation out of my house by getting those little blockers that push all the radiation away because I am on my computer all day long. I am on my phone all day long and my kids microwaving all day long, you know? So that's one thing I'm going to do. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a ton of online classes for you guys. And I'm building a university and masterclass courses for you. And so is Connie Joe. Connie Joe is going to teach a class on just the beginning steps on how to read your astrology. She's going to do much more than that. And Susie's going to eventually be teaching too. So we're going to level up over here. You guys are going to get a phone. You're going to tell me what you're going to invest and learn on stocks online. That's perfect. Julia, I want you to start that on the new moon. So if you can't start the program, I want you to know what program you're going to learn to invest stocks in online. And I want you to commit on the 30th because whatever commitment you make on the 30th, it's going to benefit you for the next 6 months. I like the radiation thing. I need to look that up. Yeah, there's these electromagnets that you can get and you just put them on your phone and I think I can tell you what it's called. Here it is. It is called it's called PWR Guard. PWR Guard gives you unparalleled protection. It blocks 99% of EMF radiation. So you can have peace of mind for your loved ones. Get that. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I started coding. I need blockers too. I'm learning everything I want in life. Danny is so cute. I need to remember how to type on a standard keyboard again. I'm so used to doing that. she doesn't know how to type on her laptop. That's adorable. My Leo, Danny, that's cute. I bought a computer and have started a year-long astrology course. Amber, I'm so proud of you. Good. You guys are learning a lot. I love the chats. I'm a Gemini North Node and my entire life is about learning and I love it. Yeah. I'm learning on finding blockages and self-healing. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's go into that. Well, I want you guys to do this. The other thing I want you to do is I really want you to change your relationship to food. It's really important that you change your relationship to food and level up. So wherever you are at in the food chain, I just want you to level it up. Get your vitamins, get your minerals, do whatever you need to do around food. Maybe make a commitment to eat better, not go through a drive-through, prep your snacks, whatever. Because there is a health aspect to Taurus. Now, this is the last thing that I want you to do on this new moon and how it's going to affect you is I want you to level up on your self-esteem. So what does that mean? There's only one way to build self-confidence. There's only one way. And that is to, it goes back to the imagination. It is to take a risk. It is to do something new. This live stream is a giant risk for me. I mean, there's 1,000 buttons. I didn't know how to do it very well. I'm clumsy with it. And so, like I said, I asked Susie, will you invest in me? Because I need you to teach me how to do this. And this is a huge risk. And every time I do one, I get a little more confident. So, and eventually I'll be able to do it all by myself. But that's what I want you to do. I want you to do things that build self. There's another way to build self-confidence, and that is get the losers out of your life right now. On the 30th, step away from relationships that put you down, that squash you, and that don't let you stand in your power. Um, I want you to be around people that love you, that absolutely love you. I have a family that loves me, that adores me, that is so good to me. And so it feels so good to be in their presence. But I had to let go of some friendships that were hollow and vacant and empty. And they weren't mean or nasty to me, but they didn't help me grow. So I want you to invest in people right now that help you grow your best self. If you want to exercise, find your friend that does that well and go with that person and take new risks. Open up your imagination to people who can benefit you, who are positive. Listen to people, like, do not listen to people that are angry and mean and nasty right before you go to bed. That programs your subconscious. So I want to tell you, don't be outdated. Right now, Uranus is saying innovate yourself and also be bold and willing to be uniquely you. Be willing to be made fun of. Be willing to go into a new direction. Be willing to be zany and crazy. If you always wanted to dye your hair blue and that makes you feel fabulous and nobody in your life supports it, F it. Dye your hair blue. It doesn't matter. Do whatever wild and crazy thing you've wanted to do forever. And especially if it's like people saying, no, you can't do that. That's the perfect thing to do right now. There's a new creative potential inside of you that wants to be blossomed. There's a new dimension that we're all standing in. And sadly, we have to, I guess, experience the disgusting destruction in order to collectively level up and move. It breaks my heart. I don't need that personally, but I'm not God, but so I'm not the universe. I'm not the boss in charge. I'm just trying to understand the experience that we're having collectively outside of myself and then personally. So I want to tell you something right now. There is a new potential inside of you that you've never experienced before. Well, I think you have. Hold on. This, I want you to know you're standing in an energy, and this is a little bit sad for me to say. I just want to tell you, listen to me. Listen to me. This is so important. Okay. I want you to go back in time right now. And this is a tiny bit sad for me. And let me know if this was sad for you too. And I want you guys to leave me a comment. And if you're not in the live chat, please leave me a comment below. I do see them and I do try to answer the best comments and the comments that I think will benefit most people. I want to ask you, where were you around mid-May? So around May 15th, 2003. And because that is the last time uh, we were in this energy. So this kind of new moon and this kind of Pluto and this kind of energy um, doesn't happen very often. And so for me, on May 15th, 2003, I literally was burying my dad. So, I mean, I was holding his ashes in my hand, and my 14-year-old sister was sitting next to me in the helicopter, and he wanted his ashes spread in Hawaii, in Kauai, actually. Um, in the crater with the waterfall. And when you pour the ashes out of the helicopter, it's kind of scary because they can go blow back in on you. And here I was 36 years old, and I was just like, oh, I can't do this. Ugh. And my little beautiful Gemini, gorgeous Sagittarius rising Cancer moon sister said, and it was in a pillowcase, I'll take that from you, Mare. I'll do that for you. And she was going to spread the ashes. 14 years old. Amazing, right? They were both Geminis, total soulmates. And that's why I want you guys to understand your soulmate connections. I was a soulmate with him too, of course, but they both were Geminis like that. They were locked into each other's souls. That's why she could do that at 14 years old. Anyways, that's where I was. And I lost one of the greatest things, if not the greatest thing in my whole entire life. Now, this sounds maybe like it didn't matter much, but it did. It rocked my whole entire world. And I'm not saying you're going to experience a death, but I had to lose something. And I also simultaneously gained something amazing. What happened is there was a transformational shift. There was a paradigm shift in my mind and in my heart. And for the first time at 36 years old, it's hard for Sagittarius to want to grow roots and plant roots and settle down, especially if you have a little bit of a wild chart like I do. I wanted to have a baby, and that sprung out of losing my parent. I wanted to pass on the things that he gave me to someone. I wanted to matter like that for the very first time in my life. And so I did that. So I created life out of the death that I experienced. And that, my friends, is what is happening right now. Now, you might not be doing it with people. People might not be your commodity. It was the subject of people, but where were you mid-May 2003? Because a similar thing, and a similar thing is happening to me right now. It might not be people. It might be my career. It might be, you have to look at where this is happening in your chart. What house is this happening in? And if you want personal help, you can get an astrology reading from anybody. Susie can do them. Connie Joe can do them. Stacy can do them. They are brilliant. I can do them. Even Kira can do them. So if you want help with your chart, just go to soulnavigation.com and click book a reading if you want to. But what I'm saying is, this is like that energy. You are losing something of value. You're losing something hard to lose in order to gain something. So again, it might not be a death. That was my personal experience, but I wanted to tell you that this is karmic. This is game changing, life changing, and this wants to level you up. Becoming a parent, did it level me up? Oh my God, yes. My daughter is my teacher. I talk about her a lot. You guys already know that. There's another thing happening. Now, you guys know, let me see if I can share my screen again. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Right here. Okay, another thing is happening. Can you see it? And then I'm going to put this all together for you, and I'm going to take your questions. And wow, I'm reading all your chats. I have to look over here to read them. Wow, I love all your comments. I just want to read some, okay? I'm looking to move out of my parents' house. I just lost a dear friend. I had to put a dog down. It's scary to lose something. I did level up in 2003. I was moving away from my hometown and I just moved back. I found that I'm able to carry a child that through surrogacy. Wow, it's beautiful. Now listen to this. You guys, I want you to see Taurus right here. You guys know, especially if you took my master class. And This is why astrology is so important, to learn from somebody who is deep enough to see the underbelly and doesn't just say, oh, we're having a new moon in Taurus, people. No, it doesn't end there. This new moon in Taurus is ruled by Venus conjunct Neptune and Jupiter right here. Oh my God. Oh, do you hear the angels singing? Oh my God, this is amazing right here. This is so powerful. This is love. This is love. This is exalted love. So, where do you have 27 degrees, 24 to 27 degrees, Pisces in your chart, Scorpio in your chart, or Cancer in your chart? Because that is the benefit. So, I want you guys to see this right here, because this Venus, which is in a triplet conjunction, is ruling this new moon, because Venus is the ruler. Now, what's cool about this is Venus in Pisces. Well, Pisces ruler is Jupiter in Pisces, and Neptune's ruler is Pisces. So this is exaltation. This is so powerful. This is like absolutely unbelievable energy. And what is so hard for me is to watch what's going on in the world, and to also simultaneously see this angelic, divine, romantic, creative expression of love, the highest expression of love, with Neptune, Venus, and Jupiter there, all in tight conjunction as the ruler of the new moon. This, if you have Pisces and Taurus and Scorpio and even Cancer in your chart, this is the time when a soulmate can literally walk through your doors. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's powerful. And if you're already in relationship, this is a time when you can really step into the portal of divine love. So my Neptune sits at 22 degrees Scorpio, which is right there in trine with this. So in some way, I know that there's a gargantuan benefit for me. So if you have Scorpio or Cancer, or even an earth sign, if you have Virgo or Capricorn at that 22 degree mark ish, and that this one can span 10 degrees. There's a benefit waiting for you. Now, do I know what the benefit is? No, but it's divine love. It's divine. It will be sent to me divinely. Do not waste this new moon. Do not waste this new moon. If you have your sun in those late degrees of Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio, or your moon or your Mars, even, or even your Saturn, it doesn't matter. This is, oh, it's so good. So this is angelic experiences and gorgeous harmony and brilliance in your life. This is majestic energy and magic energy. And I don't want you to waste it. So the Uranian piece makes you want to innovate. And then there's giant, abundant awards and rewards for you. So this is like unifying. So here's what I think, you guys. I think we're standing in an opportunity to get this world unified. If, and I know it's hard to move half of the population, and it seems like almost every country is like split right in half. It's crazy. I just, looked at the French elections, and it's like they're split. They're split three ways, but they're really split. The Americas are split. It's like everybody is split. Everybody, it's one way or another. And this is a time when we can really rise above that and we can unify. And I hope we do. I hope we really do come together and we accept people who are different from us with real love. I know that half of the population, at least, is trying to create that, trying to embody that. And I hope so much it will work. It will work. So there's a little bit of a shadow side to that Neptune, Jupiter, and Venus, and that is it can be too much of a good thing. Do not get duped and do not get tricked. I don't really want you to invest your money. Venus is money. I don't want you to invest your money in scams. Please, please don't do that. And I don't want you to invest in relationships that are scams. Like, did you guys all see the Tinder swindler? Don't do that. Because it's a time when you can be gullible. It's a time when you can really suffer. Now I'm going to show you just real quick Johnny Depp's chart and how this is playing out. I'm going to share a couple things, but what I want to know from you um, is, do you want me to do a live on that? I didn't see what you guys said. So we have about 100 people here. Are you guys interested in that? Because if you're not, I won't do it. But if you guys want me to look at it more in depth, I will. And I can do Johnny and Amber, and I can also just do Amber in the trial, and I can do Johnny in the trial. I'm gonna tell you, I think Johnny, I love Johnny. I'm on team Johnny for 1,000 reasons. I can go into all of that. Okay, yes, 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 live on that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, yes, yes, yes. Not into mainstream that much. I don't even watch the news, Odette says. Absolutely. Okay, and then I get a no. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I think I got more yeses than nos. Johnny is my birthday twin. Wow. Yes. A separate live. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is a separate live. Okay, but let me just show you, just for fun, just so I have a chart to use right here. I'm going to do Johnny, and then I'm going to do this. Now, I want to show you, I know, like, whoa, let me just customize this real quick. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, yes, I can. Okay. What stands out? Oh my God, put in the comments. I'm going to watch over here. What stands out? Please tell me what stands out. I mean, it's pretty massive. Okay. So, oh, this is June. Yeah, this is April 24th. So this is today. What do you guys say? Johnny Depp is the perfect example of how trauma manifests itself, and doesn't matter how successful someone looks. He found a partner that repeated the abuse of his childhood. Exactly, Susie. And I call it transference of wound. So how we are wounded between 0 and 14 years old, we will go out and into the world, and we will find that wound again in order to heal it. But you can never really heal it with another person. You just get rewounded. You have to heal it with the original person. That's brilliant, Susie. Okay. His second house, the traveling blossom, says his second house. Yeah, with Pluto there. Okay, what I was going to say is this. He's in his Saturn return. Exact. Bingo was his name. Oh my God. And the moon is on Saturn. He's frustrated today. This is today. He is in his Saturn return. What happens in your Saturn return? Your life crumbles. Your world collapses. Have you guys watched my Saturn playlist? Please go watch my Saturn playlist. And I have your Saturn return. And I talk about your second Saturn return. This is his second Saturn return. He's almost 60 years old. I think he looks pretty damn good. So, Tessa Gray says, wait, you have to heal it with the original person, meaning yourself. Kind of, if your person, you have to step into the forgiveness of the original abuser. That's another conversation, and Susie can speak to that a lot. So can I. And if you want to do a reading, we can look at that trauma. But let me go back into this. His Saturn return is so massive, you guys. You guys are witnessing. If you want to see what a Saturn return looks like, watch the trial. Because you have to completely, your house of cards falls apart. You are humbled to the ground. I mean, he's like so humbled, he's like dust. I think of it as symbolically as the planes hitting the World Trade Center, and we're all watching in disbelief. The towers crumble, and then there's the rubble, and then there's the rebuild. And there's loss inside Saturn return. What is there loss of? Seventh house, relationships. This guy is probably sitting there saying, I may never love again. I'm not going to do this again. I don't know who I can trust. I'm not doing this again. Now, will he love again? Yes, he will love again. But right now, he's just willing to sacrifice everything in order to rebuild himself, to vindicate himself. You are watching what Saturn return looks like. I mean, they're going to tear him apart and he is going to rebuild. Now, how do I know he's going to rebuild? Because Saturn is in harmony to his sun. Saturn is in harmony to his sun. And so this is going to force him to probably stay sober, probably be a better partner, probably become a better version of himself. Have you guys seen his art, his painting, and how he's really having an awakening by going within? And he's painted Tim Burton and Hunter Thompson. Have you guys seen it? Okay. So now I also want to show you, the sun is in his 10th house. Now look at what's going to happen on the 29th. Are you guys ready? We're going to scroll forward to the new moon. And here it is. Oh my God. Okay. So this is Seattle. I got to move it a couple hours. Oh, let me move it to the 30th. Sorry. There we go. And I can get it right there. There we go. That is April 30th. What date is April 30th, you guys? Oh my God. So on April 30th, hold on. It's Saturday. So a week from today. So on April 30th, look at all these planets. He's got the moon and the sun, and the ruler of Venus is in the 8th house. This is so spiritually transformative. With all of these planets, hold on, I got to tell you this. This is so important that you know this. When you have a packed 8th house, you have people who want to invest in you. What do they want to invest in? Love, divine love, angelic love, big love, enormous love. And guess what else? Money. So I find it very interesting that, you know, that I think, okay, this is what I'm going to say. Companies are going to invest in him again. People are going to invest in him through love, through currency, because that's Venus. And he is going to be massively, massively loved. He is going to redeem himself. Why? Because all of this, remember, I'm tying this all together to the beginning. All of this is ruling that new moon. Now, let me tell you some bad stuff. I want you guys to say everything again when I'm reading the chat. I'm just so moved by your chats. I have to look over there to see the chats. But this is what I want to say. When you have a packed 10th house, you're the star of the show. So he's having that innovation and that imagination and that leveling up, and he's going to improve himself. And he's in the public eye and he is beloved. He is having that sun, moon, Uranus, and even Mercury and the eclipse in his Beethoven house. You guys know that I think of that as the Beethoven's house, right? He's building his legacy. He is on the stand to redeem himself. But what he's really doing is building his new legacy, and he will be beloved for it. And I guarantee you, companies will still invest in him. They're not the companies that have already invested in him, like Savage, they're not going to drop him. Is that Gucci? No, that's who is that? Who is that? Who does Savage? I forget. The world wants to love Johnny. It's just amazing what he did. Yeah, he humbled himself. He removed his ego enough to get so vulnerable and so real. And do you guys know what? I heard this is the first time that a man in the Me Too movement taken on by a woman will win. Now, is he going to win the money? I think he's going to get some money. I think he will get some financial redemption. But I want to tell you one little prediction that I'm going to make. And it's a little bit bold, and I don't want this to happen. But I think Amber could create a mistrial. I think she could misbehave in a way, and this could go to a mistrial, and then Johnny has to do it all over again. And I don't know if he will. But I will tell you, he is going to come out on top. Look at this. He is going to win. I mean, he's got his 10th house packed, and it's ruled by all of this. And this is on the new moon. So he's going to come out on top. He is going to win. We don't have Amber's rising sign, but I don't think she's a Leo rising. And if you are a Leo rising, you get this too. This will be where they are in your chart too. So we don't know Amber's birth time. I don't even think Amber knows. I don't think it's on her birth certificate. But I think she's, she's she could be a Gemini rising. And I say Gemini rising because Johnny was so attracted to her, and he is a Gemini, but she talks incessantly. And she's sort of the shadow side of Gemini, like flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. And I just think that she, the psychologist said she had a jackhammer style. That's Gemini that's a very mercurial person. And so it's somebody who's kind of got a, and that's the shadow side of Gemini. I love Geminis. My dad is Gemini, my beautiful sister, who I just mentioned, Gemini, and they were not like that. But that's the shadow side. They talk too much. They talk over you. They don't listen. They don't know how to listen. They don't sit still. And I think she's like that. She's doing a great job acting, in court, but I don't think that's her natural style. I think she can put that on. But Johnny is a Leo rising. We have his birth time, and he's going to do quite well. Now he's got that Uranus. Reason why I said I think Amber could misbehave and create a mistrial. I already heard that she's doing jury tampering. And if she does do jury tampering, that's a mistrial. And the reason why I say that is because that Uranus can make things go bing, bing, bing. It can just completely take everything off course. It doesn't matter. He's still going to win. He's still going to come out with redemption and vindication. And I have chills saying that. So even if there is a mistrial, he still wins. He does he deserve his 50,000? Hell yes, he deserves that and more. And he'll never get back his complete sanity from this. His chart is so fascinating. I want to just tell you one little tiny thing about his chart that breaks my heart. Okay. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Shadow side of Gemini moon. Yes. Tessa says, I'm Gemini rising too, LOL. Well, you're probably not. You're probably not like that. That's the shadow side. And all sides. There's a shadow side to my sign, your sign. The shadow does not discriminate. The shadow does not affect, you, but not me. It affects all of us. It's when we are in our low side. So I just want to tell you guys one little juicy tidbit, and then I'll take super chats and questions. So look at Johnny's moon. It's on his south node in Capricorn. And his south node in Capricorn in the 6th house, he became a servant to his mother in some way. And she really put him down, and they had a karmic relationship. Johnny has forgiven her, and that's the north node in Cancer in the 12th house. And it was his job to learn forgiveness, and to especially learn forgiveness around the people who did not love him right. He was not loved right. He was loved in a Capricorn shadow side because of the south node, which is tyranny, which is tyrannical. It is the general. I am the boss. You shut up and listen to me. I dominate you. I will oppress you. I will suppress you. And that's how heavy-handed his mom raised him. And I will also make you my servant and my slave. And I will make you feel guilt and shame, because that is the shadow side of the 6th house. So I just wanted to show you that. And I wanted to show you he's in crisis. you are seeing a man in crisis. Why is he so flippin' funny? And why can he smile with just so much charm, and just a little smile can seduce men and women? Well, he's got Venus on his Mercury in Taurus. So he knows how to do zingers in the 10th house. He's a brilliant communicator. That's this. Why does he talk so damn slow and methodical? Because it's Taurus and it's going to go at its pace. You know, you can't make a Taurus go faster than they want to go. No, Taurus will always control the pace, and the pace is called slow. That's Taurus. That's how they torture you. But with Venus on his Mercury, it just oozes. It oozes perfect wit. And he's freaking brilliant. He didn't even need to finish high school. He's got, you know, did you guys see my top 3 most intelligent signs? Watch that video. It is so fun. But he's got his soul in Gemini, brilliant communicator, in the 11th house of the higher mind. And with his Leo rising, the sun is ruling his chart. So he is so quick-witted. He has a great relationship to Uranus because it's the closest planet to the ascendant. And it's wide, but it's in harmony with this Uranus. It's in harmony with the Uranus new moon. So I just thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. And I find his chart fascinating, and I can't wait to show you guys even more. Okay. Do you guys want to ask a question? Susie, I forget how to put the question. I forget how to put the question, like pin the question to the screen. Oh my God. Susie taught me how to do that. Can you do it for me, Susie? Let me see what she says. She said, I can paint it for you. I think she meant show or hide. Oh, I can press hide. I can press show. Oh, I see how to do it, Susie. I just click it. Okay, so you guys can ask questions, and if you want to super chat me, I'd be so grateful. Oh my gosh. If you guys, I'm going to Disney World with my daughter next week because she's a national champion cheerleader, or she's trying to become one. She's a regional champion cheerleader, and they're going to Summit. They're going to nationals. So they're going to Summit. So I need Disneyland money, people. I gotta buy some ears. Those are like $30. Okay, somebody just said, is he gonna win the trial? I believe he's going to win the trial. If Amber doesn't, you know, Amber knows she's sinking. She knows she's tanking, and she plays in an underhanded way that's quite criminal and cruel. So rather than losing, she might do jury tampering. I don't know if that's illegal. Does anybody know if that's actually illegal? And if she jury tampers and gets a mistrial, then it just collapses and they have to redo it. But yes, I think he's going to win. I really do, based on his astrology. Now, I know he's going to win in the public opinion. I do think he's going to win money. I did learn that it's a male-dominated jury with just 2 women. One woman is in her 70s. The other, they don't know her age. The one in her 70s is wearing a mask. She's the only one wearing a mask. The rest are men. I think men are going to do better with his raunchy talk and comments. I mean, some of those were horrifying and heinous. I think men will do better with that than women. I don't know how many oh, Susie's talking to me. I don't know how many jurors they need. Do they need 100% of the jury to vote or to go his way for him to win? Do they just need one person to believe Amber and then it's all gone? I don't know how it works. Do you guys know how it works? I just can see in his chart he has, other than Saturn return, although Saturn return is hard lessons, but if you do the work, they pay out, especially on your second Saturn return. Okay, I have something here. These are some super chats. Loretta. Hi, Loretta. Do I focus on my natal or my progressed chart, or both? That's an awesome question. And thank you for the super chat, Loretta. And I love you. You are going to focus on both. Both are critical. So what I want you guys to do, ooh, I just got chills. That is such a great question. Do you guys have your progressed natal chart? If not, go to soulnavigation.com, click on the shop tab and get your progressed chart or get your advanced Astro Gold package so you can learn how to read. If you get the advanced Astro Gold package, I give you 2 reports plus your progressed chart so you can learn how to read your progressed chart. But what's interesting about that is your progressed chart is going to show you how things are affecting you right now in your life, this year in your life. If you look at your natal chart, you're seeing your whole karmic story. So I do want you guys, if you really want to learn astrology, I want you guys to look at both. Now you can go on the internet and get a free one and all that, but I love mine because it will show you your out of bounds planets by progression. It will show you your moon phase by progression. I give you the keys. Everything is color coded. You know, fire sign houses are one color. The planets, you know, are one color. It's just so easy to read and they're gorgeous. They look like what I just showed you on the screen. And so there's so much information. You get your vertex, you get your part of fortune, you get your asteroids, et cetera, et cetera. So I like mine the best and I use Placidus, et cetera. Okay. Who is this from? Oh my gosh. Susie. So who did the 499? I don't know who that is. Okay. Oh, somebody just gave me 499 with no question. Okay. Are parallels like conjunctions? Jaden. Yes, they are. Parallels are like when you're in, are you a super supporter, Jaden? I don't know if you are. You should be a super supporter. I have a whole video on contra parallels and parallels, and they are so important to know. And you will see the parallels if you guys get a progressed chart. You'll see your progressed parallels, and that changes. And if you get a natal chart, you'll see your contraparallels and your parallels. Contraparallels are like oppositions and parallels are like conjunctions. So, but it's like this. I want to show you guys this. And if you're a super supporter or superstar super supporter, I have videos on all of those complex techniques in astrology. I have about, I don't know, 40 videos. So it's like if I'm standing in a skyscraper building and I'm on floor 36, and right next door to me, let's say I'm in New York City, is another skyscraper. And I can see the guy sitting on floor 36, and I can see everybody in floor 36 across from me. That's what a parallel is. It's your next door neighbor in the skyscraper. So you're actually on the same floor and their vibration reaches you. Now, if you were to go down into the elevator and go on the street, you'd never find that guy, right? Has anybody here lived in a high rise and you actually had a neighbor who lived next door and you knew them, but you never saw them on the street? That's a parallel. So Susie pinned the links to the master class up above at the very top of the chat. Okay, so do you guys have any other questions? Oh, thank you for the super chat. I'm so grateful. I'm going to buy myself some ears. You know why? Because last time we went to Disneyland, I only bought my daughter the ears and then I bought myself a baseball cap. But I was like, can I borrow your ears for Disneyland? She said, no. She got really cute leopard ones. Did you guys see that in my, because we were in Anaheim and that's when she won. And so now she gets to go to Disney World to compete. I'm so excited. I mean, she's 5'8" and she can do backflips. I'm so proud of her. This is her last cheer. Like we are done with it after this. How does Black Moon Lilith affect your chart? I have mine directly on top of my North Node in Taurus at 18 degrees, Miss Morgan Wright. What I want you to do is I want you to watch on my channel, on my Soul Navigation, Astrology and Tarot channel, Connie Joe's video on Black Lilith. Black Lilith is going to have high feminine, powerful energy. And it is a transformer like Pluto. And she talks about it through the houses, I believe. Is that right, Susie? And I don't know if Susie can find that video and just type it in the chat. but it'd be great if you can. If you can't, that's okay, because I know you're doing a lot. Um, but there's a whole video on my channel on Black Moon Lilith. I'm going to be really honest with you. I do the asteroids. I'm fantastic at the asteroids, but I don't really study Black Moon Lilith. It's not my specialty. I just know it superficially, just to be honest. And I don't like to lie. I don't like to fib. I don't like to pretend that I know everything, because I don't. Hey, Mayor, do interceptions and duplications have any real practical value in the natal chart or no? Lucas. Hi, Lucas. Great question. Do you mean intercepted signs? Yes, interceptions really matter, because what it is an interception is an entire sign. So you only get interceptions if you don't do whole house charts. So an interception is an entire sign in a house bookend by two other signs. So that's a really big house, and it's an important house. But what it is it introverts, and it's something that you have to dig inside your soul, energy that you have to dig inside your soul to work with. So it's not blatant. It is large inside of you. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Mondo 369, for your super chat. I'm so grateful. Ma Reed says, does having your Mars sign in the 12th house make it kind of impotent, even if your Mars is in an earth or fire sign? Mars in the 12th house is very difficult, I think, personally. Mars does not like being in the natural house of Pisces. Mars does not really like being in Pisces. However, saying that, so you have to overlay Pisces to whatever sign it is in. However, saying that, my dad had Mars in Pisces, and he was a true spiritual warrior. He worked for the United Nations, and his job was to improve airports, build airports in third world countries so they could have access to the outside world. And he was in charge of Southeast Asia. So if you can tap into the high side of Pisces energy, where you're here to be a healer or helpful to the world, and you can muster up the power that it takes to be a spiritual warrior, that is the high side of Mars in the second house. It's a champion for the underdog. It is a champion for the world. It is somebody who is unafraid of death. However, Mars in the 12th house can get stuck in its own basement, and it can become paralyzed with fear and insecurity and even addiction. And he was addicted to cigarettes. And so you can battle getting trapped inside of your own self and not being able to pop out very well. It's kind of like swimming underwater, but you're supposed to be walking on the beach, and you have to try to swim out of the current to get up on the beach. So it takes a little papa to get yourself up and out, unless it's very close to the ascendant. If it is within 5 degrees of the ascendant, then it's not acting as if it's in the 12th house. It's acting as if it is on the ascendant, and it has a lot of power attached to it. Okay, Raval. Hi, Raval. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Can you please give me advice on how I can work on my North Node in Leo in the second house? Absolutely. That is fantastic. You have to take risks, risks, and risks. You have to be willing to express yourself loudly, creatively, and do the imagination work. Did you see that part of the video where I said be in your imagination? Because there is nothing more creative than Leo. Leo is so massively creative, and it's in Taurus's house in the second, which is Venus. So I want you to step into massive creativity. So what that means is drive to work differently, run backwards, do innovate yourself. And I want you to paint or draw or sing or dance or any kind of creative art. Decorate your house, redecorate your whole house. Do something that takes guts and confidence. And if it isn't a little bit scary, then you're not in your North Node. Also, I think you're young, but if you do nothing, if you completely ignore it, it will find you at 36 years old. I like to get ahead of it. I didn't get ahead of my North Node. I did not start doing my North Node until it strangled me with a noose and had me hanging. That's kind of a gross forgive the Scorpio in my chart. I'm a triple Scorpio on the inside, but it had me hanging like that. And said, if you don't do your North Node, you probably will die. So don't do that. Just start working on it. I should have started balancing my checkbook and making investments at 20. I never did that. Like a good Sagittarius, I wasn't about to do that. I sent, okay. Susie sent me something. Erica, enjoy Disney. You're so sweet. Thank you, my sweetheart. From Canada. Okay, Aqua Next Door. I think Aqua Next Door is from Germany. I'm not sure. Somewhere far away. I knew it wasn't next door. Any insight on Chiron in Scorpio in the 9th? I'm an Aquarius rising with Scorpio in the 9th. How fun is that? Aquarius rising, bold and badass. You need to be, and I think you're in Germany, right? Chiron in Scorpio in the 9th is about reframing your belief system. And with the South Node there, you really need to reframe your belief system. And you need to reframe your philosophical belief system about culture and about the world. You may even need to travel to do that. If you live in Germany, I'm assuming that I think you live in Europe. Oh, Morocco, you're in Morocco. Ooh, okay. So Aqua Next Door. I'm so sorry. That was someone else in Germany. Forgive me. I can't remember. That was an hour and a half ago. Anyways, do you travel? Because this is about traveling, and this is about really reshaping, redesigning a belief system. Be willing to believe in different things right now. For example, not that this happened to you, but let's say you grew up from a very religious family and you don't really believe in that religion. This is just an example. You believe more in a spiritual path. Be willing right now to shake that up and step into your deeper truth that is right for you, and do it boldly and do it in a way you don't have to convert anybody else. Let them have their Catholicism or their Christianity or their whatever they are. Let them have their religion. It doesn't matter. You do you, but you're being asked to change your beliefs. And how powerful are beliefs? Oh my God, the 9th house is so powerful because it's so gargantuan. Your belief system, you know what you look like, whatever you look like, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you're wearing pearls, have messy hair, whatever. What you look like is your belief system. So your belief system is what is wrapped around what you eat, what you look like, how you walk out the front door, how you interact with the checkout lady at the grocery store. Your belief system governs everything you do. Your belief system is how you wake up in the morning and how you get out of bed and how you put your feet on the floor and how you go to the bathroom. Your belief system is whether you wash your hands, or you don't. I mean, your belief system is everything. So you're really being asked to reframe your psyche right now. Thank you for that question. Not anybody who has planets in the 9th house is working on their belief system in this lifetime. You guys are sweet. I'm getting some ears at Disney. And by the way, I want you to look for them on my Instagram. I will be posting the ears that you bought me. And by the way, they're expensive. Those ears are like $40. Let's see. I think I'm on Erica. Super supporter for 7 months. You guys come join super supporters. It's so fun. It's only $6 and you get my astrology classes for less than half price. It's so great. And you get all my behind the scenes videos for free. And you get your natal chart and you get your whole transits, all your transits for a whole year. You get the gorgeous natal chart for free. And what else do you get, Susie? Oh, you get your dynamite day. And you get your questions answered. Okay. Mars and Libra in the 9th house. Can you talk about this? Well, I'm wondering if it's in relationship to Pluto or not. So if it's in relationship to Pluto, it's kind of in crisis, and it's asking you to take action in your life around what you believe in. So whether If it's not in relationship to Pluto, then great, it'll be easier for you. If it's in relationship to Pluto, it's in crisis and you really have to work on it. Oh, yes, and if you're a super supporter, a superstar supporter, you get discounts on all your readings with anybody on my team. That's Susie, that's Stacy, that's Connie Joe, and that's Kira. Um, so Erica, how Mars in the ninth house in Libra, if it's in relationship to Pluto, it's a harder job. If it's not in relationship to Pluto right now, at that late degree of Pluto, that 27 degree, 28 degree, 29 degrees, then it's a little bit easier. But you're being asked to get your actions in alignment with what you believe in. So let's just say you believe in being fit and healthy, but you're eating, I don't know, cookies and Jack in the Box. So the action doesn't live up to what you believe in. So walk in your talk. That's what you need to do. And you're being asked to activate yourself globally in the world. And you need to travel, 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 travel if you have Mars in the ninth. Super chat. 10 euros. That's nice. Hi, Meredith. I have my sun in Virgo in the second house. Okay. This is Alexandra. You must work hard for your money, Alexandra. But my rising sign, Venus, Mercury, Moon, Jupiter, and Chiron is in Leo in the first. It means that I'm actually a Leo. However, I feel more Virgo. No, it doesn't mean that you're a Leo. But what I would really love for you to do is spend a wild $29 and take my master class, because I will blow your mind in that class and it will answer this question. And it is fascinating. No, you are a sun in Virgo, but your lens in which you see the world and in which the world sees you is Leo. And Leo rising is ruled by the sun. So whenever you are a Leo rising, for anybody, you guys, this is a good question. You're like Johnny Depp, like me, I'm a Leo rising. Whenever you are Leo rising, your sun, your soul, so your Virgo sun in the second house, is your ruler. So it magnifies whatever sun sign you are. That's why Johnny Depp is such a brilliant communicator. He's fast and witty, although he talks slow, because he's a Leo rising. So his Gemini is like overblown. It is exaggerated. So your Virgo is actually exaggerated because you're a Leo rising. Plus you have your moon. And I hope you watched my moon in Leo. That's one of my favorite videos that I did. And also watch my Venus in Leo. That's how you'll make money. So you're a super perfectionist and you have massive creativity and big expression. It's gorgeous, Alexander. I'm so glad you have that. Also, a Leo rising with a Virgo sun is master servant. So you kind of are a servant to the master in you. It's the king and it's the queen and then the lady in waiting. And so it's sort of the benevolent queen who is in service to others. It's absolutely beautiful. At Susie, oh, I have DJ. I have Taurus moon at 7 degrees conjunct Jupiter in the seventh house, and Scorpio ascendant with Venus, Neptune. Yeah, DJ, this is huge for you. Yes, it's going to affect you massively. It's going to affect your relationships. It is, this is a time when you're going to level up in your relationships. This is probably a time when you're going to step into relationships that benefit you. So if you meet somebody new who can really benefit you, even a business partner, or do partnership with you, this is a time to take it on. This is a time to be better in your relationships. This is a time to express yourself. This is a time to innovate. This is a time to study how technology can advance your business partnerships too, because the seventh house is also business partnerships and it's marriages. So business partnerships is like a marriage. And with the Scorpio ascendant, you have the south node on your ascendant, which is really hard in the sense of there can be lethargy. You can feel kind of like you want to sit this one out, and don't you dare do it. You need to stay active in the seventh house. Also, old lessons can come back to you around yourself and your body And you need to make sure that you show the world and yourself that you already learned them. Okay, let's see. Look at my phone here. Aisha, thank you so much for the $5. Any insight on having both Jupiter and Saturn in the 12th house? Both are in Taurus. I feel like it's an important part of my chart. Well, it's super important, especially if those are your rulers. You know, if those are, and again, I think you should take my master class because you will learn so much about this. And you guys, it's not just one layer or two layers. I want to tell you, like, if I really was to answer that question, I could sit here for an hour because I could show you, and I call it the 10-layer cake. I can show you how Jupiter and Saturn in the 12th, how it goes 10 layers deep. And that's what I teach you in my masterclass, which you can find at soulnavigation.com and just click on the Learn Astrology tab. And it's called Advanced Masterclass. But I will tell you, when you have Saturn conjunct Jupiter, it means you can build your abundance. You put it in the 12th house, it goes to infinity. It's a little bit hard to access because it's sort of underneath Harry Potter's invisible cloak, but you have to dig for it. This is about your belief system and your abundance and how hard you work. So you are here on a spiritual journey. Now, if these are your rulers to your rising sign or your sun sign or your Venus sign, this is so big in your chart. And that's what I teach you in my class. So it kind of depends if these are your rulers, then yes. Even if they're not rulers, then I would say you have a massive Pisces influence and you should go watch my entire Pisces playlist. It doesn't matter what sign the Jupiter and Saturn is in, they will have a Pisces flavor. So you probably get lost in the imagination or the spiritual world. You're here on a very deep divine and spiritual journey. Somebody who has Jupiter in the 12th, I have that as well, has a psychic portal. You have an ability to experience downloads. With Saturn there, it makes you want to doubt that. So I really kind of want you to develop your intuition and your psychic gifts. And it's somebody who lives a deeply spiritual life. It's also somebody who has infinite love and abundance and optimism in their life. With Saturn, it kind of kicks that around a little bit and it kind of makes you doubt that, but the Jupiter is still there. Let's see what else Susie sent me. Susie's cute. Kristen English. I have my son in Taurus in the 9th house. So my beliefs are hard to change and I'm going through that now. Yeah. And Kristen, what you can do is if they're in the 9th house, just I know because they're in Taurus, right? Well, Uranus is there. So Uranus wants you to change them up a little bit so you can get the things you want. So for example, what beliefs do you have that are holding you back? Maybe you believe you're not good enough. Get rid of that one. Maybe, I want you to see yourself making, whatever money you earn on a month. Let's say you make $5,000 a month. I want you to see your, I want to say it this way. Let's say you make, I don't know, I'm just going to say $30,000 a year. I want you to change your belief system around I'm making $30,000 a year. And I want you to say, I'm making $30,000 a month. So change some of those belief systems that are holding you back so you can innovate yourself. Does that make sense? And I know it's hard to do, but you need to have a paradigm shift. And if you need help with that, book a reading. I'll help you with that, or Susie will help you with that, or Connie Joe, Jennifer C. Aw, she joined my channel. Thank you for being a joiner. Hi, Meredith. How could you see possible addiction problems in a chart? Well, it's pretty easy. There's like 5 different ways. And if you guys want me to do an addiction master class, because there's probably 12 hours worth of conversation on that, but I could put it into 2 hours. But if you want me to do a whole class on that, I will. Let me know if you guys are interested in finding addiction in the chart. So one of the ways to find addiction And let me know if you guys are not interested in that. That's okay too. And I can do that for a behind the scenes super supporter video too. That's just free, and I'll spend a half hour on it. But one of the ways that you do that is you look at water planets. Water planets are highly addictive. I will also say sometimes fire planets are highly addictive. And I say that because fire always wants more, 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 more. Now, you can have air sign planets that are addicted, that have addiction too. But really, what you do is, okay, so a lot of you would like that. Okay, I'll think about doing that. What you have to do is you really need to look at Neptune and how Neptune is in the chart. And if Neptune is on the soul, or Neptune is in a prominent place in your chart, Neptune really can create addictions because it doesn't have edges. Jupiter can also do that because that can be excess and abundance. So you really need to study where Jupiter is. So if Jupiter is in the ninth house or the 12th house, you can be prone to addiction. It doesn't mean you have an addiction. It means you're prone to it. Also, you need to look at where Pisces is and what Pisces is doing in your chart. If you have Pisces and Jupiter, Pisces and Neptune, those can be highly addictive. If you have a packed out 12th house, that can be a house of addiction. If you have a lot of water in the 4th house, that can have a lot of addiction also. And the 8th house can have, if you have Neptune or Jupiter there, or Pisces there, sometimes, not necessarily, you can have sexual addiction or porn addiction. So Neptune, Pisces, water signs, Jupiter, Neptune and Jupiter, those are the rulers of Pisces, ironically, and the 12th house. Now, I just did a fabulous reading for somebody who has Sun conjunct Neptune in the 12th house. And however, she has so much Capricorn in her chart. She has a Capricorn moon, and she has Saturn on the moon, and she has Capricorn in the 2nd house. And she has no addictions at all. None. Also, if you're a Neptune rising, hi Dawn. Look, I have your beautiful stone. I was talking about our necklaces earlier. Dawn Wonder is in the house. She's the one that made the necklaces. And I have my necklace over there. I can't leave the screen, but this is the aura quartz that she uses. I bought this, Dawn, in honor of you. I also have the gorgeous necklace. I'm not wearing it today, darn it. But I got dressed up for y'all real early in the morning. April says, I'm just getting over active addiction. And April, can you put in the comments when you mind if you have 12th house or Neptune or Pisces prominently in your chart, or water, or 4th house or 8th house? Okay, let's look at this. So I probably have to do, more on that. Also, you have a question from the beautiful April on your phone. I don't see it. Oh my gosh, let me look up. Oh, here's April. Hey, if my south node in Taurus in the 11th house and north node in the 5th house, what does it mean? Also, my friend has south node Taurus in the 3rd house and north node in Scorpio on the 9th. Plus she has Pluto 29-degree Venus. Okay, I just have to take the first question first. It's a lot of information. So if my south node is in Taurus in the 11th house and my north node is in Scorpio in the 5th house, what does it mean? It means that you're having a nodal axis return. And I know you got to rewatch, if you haven't, my nodes playlist. And that's in the live section on my Soul Navigation Astrology and Tarot channel, this channel. But it's in the live section. So you're having a reverse nodal axis. You are standing in a fated moment. So I want you to go back to about 9 years ago and what happened. And you are healing and working on that theme about 9.5 years ago. So go back to this time, 9.5 years ago. You're also here to embrace community, and you're here to be massively self-expressive. You also are here to learn joy and happiness and love. That is the fifth house. Let me just see. You're here to learn how to express your Scorpio part, the depth of you, like a Leo. So put your depth out there, put your insight, your deep intuition, follow your intuition into massively creative pursuits. You need to put creativity at the forefront of your life, and you need to be willing to express yourself intuitively. You need to follow your intuition and become creative. Also, not just rely on yourself, but be willing to trust loved ones, because the fifth house is the house of love. So you're really here to learn love and love deeply, authentically, and become vulnerable to love, not just be independent. And the 11th house is very walk it alone, and the fifth house is merge with another. And then you asked about your friend has the south node in Taurus in the third house and the north node in Scorpio in the ninth. So she's on the learning access, and she really needs to learn. She needs higher learning right now, and she probably needs to step away from maybe her siblings or cousins or people who are close to her that don't serve her anymore. She also has to be very careful how she thinks. She can think kind of uh she needs to rework her thinking and her learning. She probably at this time needs to level up through learning something new that will benefit her higher self. Her life is about her higher mind, learning philosophy or astrology, and kind of getting out of the routine learning or the basics, and to learn in order to teach. Her life is about right now changing belief systems that hold her back, and learning confidence. The ninth house is the house of joy, and it is the house of it's the visionary house. She's also questing for the truth right now. The truth wants to be revealed to her. What is conjunct? Conjunct means together. Conjunct means within degrees apart. So with the sun at 10 degrees and the moon at 10 degrees, they're in the same place out there in the sky. So they're conjunct. You can have conjunctions with the exception of Pluto up to 10 degrees. So if the sun was at 0 degrees, and let me say, if the sun was at 10 degrees and the moon was at 20 degrees in the same sign, that's a conjunction. If the sun is at 10 degrees and the moon is at 0 degrees in the same sign, that's a conjunction. You can also have conjunctions that are in neighboring degrees, like Scorpio and Sag. So if I have a 28-degree Scorpio moon and a 2-degree Sagittarius sun, that's also a conjunction. So it's within 10 degrees. Does that hope, Ban Milkshake? I hope so. Do I have another one? Another on my phone. Libra rising, sun in Cancer, Leo moon conjunct Uranus in the 10th house. This is GC. Transiting Uranus square North Node, Uranus. Oh my God. I don't know if I can understand this, but Libra rising, sun in Cancer, Leo moon conjunct Uranus. Let me just speak to that in the 10th. You are massively, massively innovative and creative with the Leo moon conjunct Uranus. First, I have to ask you about your mother, but I just want to tell you whatever happened to you in your early life, it made you probably massively resilient. You have a generosity and you probably really care about other people. You probably are, you know, a little bit quirky and unique. And you're supposed to be. You're supposed to truly not care too much about what other people want from you and really step into your massive, innovative, imaginary self. You are transforming right now, and you're having a huge, huge level up right now. And I bet life has been a little bit tough for you lately with that Pluto in Capricorn, because it's affecting your Libra and your Cancer. But it's a good kind of level up. And if you can stay focused on that Leo moon conjunct Uranus and step into the innovation of your life and get really creative and don't care, Libra Cancer, what other people think, and really become somebody great inside your world, out in the world, follow your heart. It's so important. Care about people to love them properly, but don't care about their opinion of you. It'll set you back, GC. Okay, let me see this. And I want to thank you guys so much for my super chats. I'm just so grateful. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Um, and if you want to help me at Disney, it's actually not Disneyland, it's Disney World. And you want to buy me a slushy margarita at Disney World so I can manage it, manage the lines, I would be so grateful. Yes, the fifth house is love, it's happiness, it's creativity, it's sex, it's gambling, it's playing, it's jumping on the trampoline, it's the second house of joy, it's everything fun, it's love affairs, it's sexual romantic love affairs. It also is your children too. GC says thank you. Hi, my son is in Pisces in the third house and the North Node in the third house. What does this mean? My first time here. I became a member today. CM. Oh, awesome. Well, I would love for you to join the channel and really study astrology with me. You'll get access to all my free videos. But um, uh, answering your question here is, astrology is very deep, and people who just talk about the sun, they don't even it's so frustrating to me because it's 10 layers deep and there's a 10-layer cake to every planet you have in your chart. There is 10 layers to it. And oh, yep. What did she say? Oh, she has her North Node conjunct her sun in the third house. So your North Node conjunct the sun is a very karmic lifetime. And I'm telling you, you want to do your work. You want to learn how to self-express. That is the third house. And you want to communicate truthfully who you are as a Pisces. You're probably a beautiful creative writer or writer. You might be multilingual. You might be a singer. Using your voice and expressing your voice in some beautiful way that benefits life and yourself is critical to you. Doing your North Node, that's your highest self. Becoming your highest self is imperative in this lifetime. So make good decisions that don't sabotage yourself. What I really want you to do is go to my live tab after this one's over and go binge watch all of my node playlist. And I have so much information about the North Node on the sun and the North Node in the third and the North Node in Pisces. You're moving away from a Virgoian life. You're moving away from a mundane routine life where you were a servant, and now you're stepping into a deep spiritual quest, and you're supposed to talk about it, communicate about it, learn it, study it, and express it. It's really quite thrilling. I love the North Node on the sun. You have a very karmic lifetime. Hi, Meredith. I'm a superstar, super supporter. Carolyn, I love you. Thank you. And I am a sun Sagittarius in the fourth house and a moon in Pisces in the seventh house and an ascendant in Leo, woo, in the first house, of course. And what does Saturn in the 12th mean? Woo! Wow. Saturn in the 12th usually tells me that this is somebody who in their early years had some sort of, and you can tell me, Carolyn B, if this is true, had some sort of rules and regulations around religion or around spirituality thrusted upon them. And there were a lot of rules to follow. And I don't know how you grew up, but there usually is a lot of rules around God and the universe and what you believe in. And Saturn in the 12th makes the 12th house very restrictive. So this is where you have karmic lessons. So I want to also tell you to not squash yourself, not diminish yourself, not make yourself small. Wherever you have Saturn, you have a tendency to repress yourself. And so I kind of want you to push the boulder off of you and really step into, what do you believe in around God? Who is God? Where do I live in between lifetimes? Do I believe in reincarnation? Do I believe in karma? Do I believe in mysticism? What magic do I believe in? And don't let society put rules and regulations around your spiritual beliefs or your religious beliefs. Maybe you believe in Jesus. I don't know. Maybe you believe in Muhammad or Allah. It doesn't matter, or Buddha. But what I want you to do is step into your spirituality, because it is where your deepest karmic lessons are. And I want you to go watch my Saturn through the houses video, because I talk very deeply about it. Binge watch, just binge. I have like 200 videos on here, and watch them. Watch all my Saturn videos. When you have your Saturn return in the 12th house, that's when you will have an existential crisis. And that's when you will rebuild your life. I'm Scorpio rising, Sun in Cancer, and Capricorn moon. Woo! This is Odette. How fun is that? That's perfect. With Saturn, Uranus, Moon, and Neptune in the second house. How could this affect me? Okay. So are they in Scorpio, or are Saturn, Uranus, Moon, and Neptune in Libra in the second house? They must be in Libra, I'm thinking. If they're in Libra, relationships are very important to you, and you probably will make and earn your income through relationships and partnerships and all Libra things: beauty, peace, love, harmony. Scorpio rising is not simple, Odette. I'm sure that you watched my Scorpio rising video, but I like it with the Sun in Cancer, and I like a Capricorn moon. You're a builder. You build things. You stick with things. You grow things. You are likable. You probably are a little tiny bit more fixed in your ways. And I would tell you, with these transits coming up, really open up your mind to all the possibilities. Be willing to see the world just a little bit differently than you do. Step into the shoes and the lens of a person who's so opposite of you, and look at life through their lens. This is a time when you could have a real breakthrough, because you're having that Taurus in the seventh house. And I think you have all this Libra. I'm not sure, but I think this is all Libra in the second. So you're really being asked to also work on relationships that are good for you, that can expand your mind. And look at you, you're here learning. So, and learn more, take my classes, binge on the videos, read as many books as you can. You've got the South Node transiting your ascendant. That's not simple, but that is such deep transformation. Okay, you have that in Sag. So that's kind of fun. I want to say, earn your money through doing something joyful. You are a truth crusader, Odette. You are searching for truths, and you want to live authentically by your own truths. You're in search for the Holy Grail, and you want to learn. If you guys are waiting on reports or charts, they're coming probably on Monday, because Brittany needed to take the weekend, of course, to herself, but they are coming. We only have a one-man band running the store, so you guys be patient. If you just signed up to be a super supporter or super star supporter, you will get your perks, I promise. But you have to send in all your birth information. So we get slowed down sometimes because people don't send in their birth info, and then we don't always know how to contact them. Pisces Sun, this is Amber, Pisces Sun. And then I'm going to wrap it up here because we're at 2 hours, and I just want to say thank you, and thank you for all the super chats. I'm so grateful. And if I have enough super chats, I didn't see how many came in. I'm going to buy some ears and maybe a slushy margarita, and I'll be sure to take a picture of it. The Pisces Sun, Cancer Rising, Scorpio Moon. There you go. Isn't that cool? It's a perfect water trine. This is a very sensitive and emotional person, somebody who is full of thought. Chiron in Taurus at 13. So your Chiron is going to get triggered. So this is a very healing time for you, Amber. This is a time when you really get to step into deep healing of those wounds. I hope, and I'm sure you did, because I know you have joined my channel as a supporter. Cancer rising is not easy. It's very sensitive, and it's like living inside out. Well, it's going to touch. Okay, so the new moon is going to touch your Chiron and Taurus at 13 degrees, almost exact. It's going to be 3 degrees off. So a wound inside of you that wants to heal needs healing. With Cancer rising and a Scorpio moon and a Pisces sun, I'm pretty sure you got a wound that you need to work on. This is a time to step into deep forgiveness so you can get liberated. You know, in my members only videos, I talk a lot about deep wounds that lived inside of me and bossed me around. They literally were so big. I mean, I was like, the wound, like, literally grabbed me by the jugular and made me think and act from the wound. It was awful. And then at 36 years old, I truly liberated myself from that wound. And I can talk about that wound freely. And that wound doesn't affect me anymore. I literally am a no thing about the wound. And the wound was heinous. It was horrible. It was disgusting. I talk about it. This is that time for you. This is a time for you to really heal something from your past. How do you heal? You step into the person's shoes who hurt you, and you see life from their perspective. If you watch the Johnny Depp trial, his mother was heinous to him, and by the end of her life, he had forgiven her, and he watched her die. And I mean, she abused him horribly. So what he said in that trial was so beautiful. You know, she was from poor Kentucky, which you guys is very poor. It's one of the poorest places in the United States. And he stepped into her shoes and how she was raised. And he said that's all she ever knew. She didn't know how to love me right. And so healing those wounds takes a great amount of empathy, which you have, standing in the wound and the person who wounds you, and working through forgiveness. Beloved Kanika, dearest Meredith, thank you in advance for your kindness. I would love to know the best way for an Aquarian to love an Aquarian and all other signs so they can feel loved by an Aquarian. The only way, this is my last one. You guys are so cute. I love an Aquarian. I have 2 Aquarians. My stepfather is an Aquarian. I'd love to tell you a cute story about him. And my husband's an Aquarian. And my stepfather is 83 years old, and he's going through a very difficult time right now. And I went over there last night, and we talked all night, and he is so open at 83 years old to new ideas, to new ways of taking medicine. He was born in the Great Depression. You talk about rigidity. I mean, that's more rigid than a baby boomer. And because he's an Aquarian, he can talk about crazy things. He can talk about new age ideas. So the only way to love an Aquarian is through accepting them. And you have to accept an Aquarian on their quirky terms. Trust me, I live with a quirky Aquarian. I'm like, why do you load the dishwasher that way? It's like so quirky, but I tease them. I love it. I also say if you have a little Sagittarius in your chart, it's a lot easier to love your Aquarian or Gemini. Um, you guys are so cute. I wanted to see something. I don't know how to scroll up, Susie. Here, I'll scroll up over here. It's my birthday. Oh, who's that? That's so cute. Happy birthday. Oh, that's Dila. I'm not taking any more, but I'm like what Susie said. I'm not taking any more questions, but I just want to say at least happy birthday. A shout out to Dila. Thank you for the 5 pounds, I think. Wow. I'm gonna get myself a slushing margarita. And Taurus Sun, Virgo Moon. My partner is Virgo Sun and Taurus Moon and Venus. Can this be a good match? Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And Dila, you should take my soulmates class because I'm going to show you guys in my soulmates class. It's coming up on June 4th. You can go buy a ticket. Just go to soulnavigation.com, click the shop tab, and go to tickets and events, and you can buy one. You'll love it. I'm going to teach you so much. I'm going to give you my top 10 techniques on how to find your soulmate in the chart and how it works. And so you've kind of got a mutual reception there. And that's one of the techniques. But I'm going to show you guys. Euros from Belgium. Fantastic. That I'm reading the comments over there because I can scroll. That combination, Taurus Sun, Virgo Moon, and Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon, that's a mutual reception. It's impossible to not love your partner. Yeah. Thank you so much, Meredith. My first live, and I loved it. LOL, love your dishwasher like your Aquarian. I know. Oh my God. My husband is so great, but he is definitely not boring. He is so Aquarian. He has his Mercury and his Sun conjunct in Aquarius. And I'm just telling you, I'm like, what? He's adorable. He's a true humanitarian. He sells homes, and he sells homes to people who have been shut out of society and can't get a home. And he works with those people. And I'm really proud of him. He's amazing. I can't wait for your masterclass. Thank you, Meredith. Oh, I know it's going to be neat. It's going to be really, really neat. And you guys have a lot of soulmates. And I want to show you. I'm exhausted, y'all. This is harder than 3 hours of tarot. Susie, shout out to Susie. Please tell Susie that you love her and book a reading with her. She's so damn good. Okay, you guys, I'm leaving you. Let me just see. Oh, you guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. I love you and I adore you. Comment below and I will try to answer your questions. And I want you to know if you're a super supporter or a superstar supporter, I answer your questions. So if you want a guaranteed answer, just join the channel and support a great cause. And I love you all. Mwah. Susie, you are such a blessing to this world. Don't forget, Susie is here every single Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, and she is doing live tarot. And you can go watch all of her past live tarots. They are so, so good. She is just the best. Nicole Nelson says, Susie is the best. I just had a reading with her last night and I love her. She's amazing. Book your reading with Susie or anybody on Team Soul Navigation, Connie Joe, me, Kira, and the amazing Stacy. If you need some healing, we love you all and take good care. Susie says, we are doing big healing and I do a cold live reading every week and it's always amazing. And please come join us because we're shifting and healing on that show. That show is amazing. Susie has amazing insight. GC, just put your question down in the comments and I'll answer after this. Bye, you guys. I got to go walk my adorable dog now. Take good care. If you didn't get your question answered, put it in the comments and I will answer them. Okay. Bye.